You open your phone to check the time or look up one quick fact, and suddenly 2 hours have vanished. You've fallen into a scrolling rabbit hole of infinite content. When you finally look up, you're left with a lingering brain fog. You feel chronically exhausted, and trying to focus on a single continuous task feels almost physically painful. This persistent fog occurs because your biological reward system is being pushed past its evolutionarily designed limits. You are living inside a dopamine economy. The apps and devices you interact with daily are specifically engineered to exploit your neurobiology to maximize your time on the screen. Breaking this cycle requires more than just willpower. To escape the trap, you have to understand the mechanical hijacking currently happening inside your own mind. Let's look at dopamine itself. We often think of it as the pleasure chemical, but it's actually a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger designed to drive pursuit and motivation. For thousands of years, this chemical was scarce. You only received a hit of it after expending significant effort, like hunting for food or successfully foraging. It rewarded survival-based labor. Our modern digital environment creates a massive mismatch with this ancient system. Today, rewards are infinite and available at any moment. This is cheap dopamine. You receive massive instantaneous hits from a notification or an endless feed, and you get them with zero prerequisite effort. This chart illustrates the difference. The slow wave represents a natural dopamine release. Overlaid on top is a relentless barrage of digital consumption, sharp, aggressive spikes that the brain was never designed to handle. Human beings are currently operating an ancient biological system in an environment that treats a rare survival chemical like an infinite on-demand resource. To manage this overload, your brain relies on homeostasis, the core biological drive to maintain internal balance. When you hit your brain with these massive spikes of cheap dopamine, it registers the experience as a toxic overload. The system reacts to protect itself. To block the flood, your brain begins dopamine downregulation, actively shutting down its receptors. When you put the screen away, dopamine levels drop to a normal trickle. Because those receptors remain closed, the chemicals have nowhere to go, causing a dopamine deficit. As a result, everyday activities, like reading a book or talking with friends, can no longer chemically compete with the digital high. Life feels unbearably boring because your brain literally cannot process the lower levels of stimulation. The anxiety and emptiness you feel when unplugged is the physical sensation of a brain trapped in this chemical deficit. Because we all share this neural hardware, the aggregate effect of millions of people experiencing this biological shutdown has led to record-breaking levels of burnout and ADHD-like symptoms. By instantly numbing every idle moment with a screen, we have killed boredom. This effectively destroys the mind's primary catalyst for creativity. Our capacity for deep work is actively atrophying. The ability to hold your attention on a single task for more than 60 seconds is becoming a rare skill. Since this inability to focus is a biological adaptation to overstimulation, you cannot resolve it through simple productivity hacks. Restoration requires lowering your daily stimulation baseline, which forces your brain's receptors to resensitize. The first step is the 60-minute rule. Enforce a strict zero-screen policy for the first hour of your day to protect your brain while it is in its most vulnerable state. You can also practice dopamine fasting. Dedicating time to low dopamine activities like walking or sitting in silence encourages your receptors to regrow. For an immediate tactical change, switch your phone to grayscale mode. Draining the interface into monochrome strips, the device of the colorful visual triggers that keep you tapping. Once you endure the initial discomfort of a reset, the overstimulated filter begins to lift. The physical world becomes vividly interesting and engaging again.